Welcome everyone to a new series of dolls inside the Modern Ragdoll membership. Come on inside and join me for our first doll in this series. I cannot wait to begin with you. Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome to the Modern Ragdoll membership, a place and a space that I love so much, and I'm so grateful that you are here. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Long from Sew a Story, early years educator turned Riley Blake Designs fabric designer, doll maker, and storybook lover. This month, we are starting the next series of dolls. You're also going to notice a little refresh, actually a big refresh inside the Modern Ragdoll membership. And we're going to talk about all of those things on our live calls. I don't want to use this video for like a navigation, but I will share it with you for sure on our live call this month. I am going to share with you what doll we are doing, which is the Michael doll. We have a Michael and a Jane doll, Mary Poppins, and Bert. All four dolls have a hat, and I purposefully left his hat out because we are going to build it together today. I wanted to build the hat together with you, so all the hats use the same processes, and we're going to build this hat together in real time together today so that you can have this technique down for all the dolls. As we go through the dolls, I will grab a different technique from each doll. So maybe it'll be the jacket, maybe it'll be the boots, maybe it'll be something else. And so after the series, you will have perfected all the techniques you need to have for this set of dolls. Michael and Jane, I'm just going to drop them down for a second, this is the 6x10 size, and I just want to show you that they are our first in a long time. We did have them before. Our first in a long time children dolls. So this is Michael, and you can see he's a 6x10 doll, and this is Bert, and this is Michael here. So you can see the difference in their head sizes and their arms. We actually increased their legs and the arms, so they are a little chubbier and easier to turn, but they are just this adorable doll. So if you want a child-sized doll and you normally make 8x12, continue to make the 8x12 for Michael and Jane, or continue to make the 5x7. That's what you make, or the 6x10. Like I said, this one's 6x10, and he is purposefully smaller because he is Michael and Jane are children. So we are going to talk about his hat today, and I'm going to drop you down, but I am so excited for this series together. And if you haven't joined us already, I would love for you to come on over to the community and introduce yourself. And share what you are working on. Again, we have started this year in 2026 having lives every single month, and it's a wonderful way. We've actually had so many people join last month. It's a wonderful way to connect. But if you can't make it, we will have the replay. We're posting it in the community, but we're going to try and post it also here inside the membership as well, so that anything that's related to questions on the doll can be together and it's nicely organized for you. All right, so let's begin on what is special about Michael. We talked about his size. We talked about a couple of the things that he's having, but we're going to work on the hat together. So let's get started.
All right, so today I just want to walk you through just the hat. So for each of the four Mary Poppins dolls, we'll do one element of each of them. And so they all have hats, and I would love to work that through with you. So I am doing the 6x10 size. Even though this is the child doll, so Michael is a child doll, you still would make the 6x10 doll. So I'm just going to show you what the 6x10 child doll looks like compared to a 6x10 adult doll. So they definitely are child size, even though you just stay with the same hoop size that you are familiar with. We're going to do the hat on the Michael doll, and I printed out my pattern so that you can see. You can see the requirements here. If you want these exact fabrics, the same ones that we've used, then we have a couple inside the membership of fabric only kits, but they will always definitely go to our subscription first. So if you want to ensure that you get the right fabrics every time, then you'll want to make sure you're part of the subscription. Otherwise, you can look inside the shop, the members only doll shop, and see if we have any of those available. They won't be available in the month of, just because we'll make sure we get our subscriptions out first. All right, then threads, you can change these out for whatever colors you use, and they're just an option. We do cutting here. You can opt to not cut and just put your fabrics in there, but I've got all the pieces for my hat cut out. I'm making the 16-inch doll, and I have the pieces that I need for that here. This is something new that we started adding so that you actually can label your pieces. This is the D3 piece, and this is the D2 piece. So I just cut them out so I know that that's what they are. Otherwise, I would probably want to label them. If you're new to our patterns, make sure you do just read through everything first. And I'm going to flip straight over to the hat, which is hoop 9. I'm going to move the rest of this pattern over, and I'm going to start with hoop 9. I'm going to have one light tearaway inside my hoop, one layer of light tearaway, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch out step number 1, which is just the placement stitch. So I have a thread color in here. You can actually have thread color 11 in here. Now you can opt, here I stitched it with a green, or sorry, a gray. Here we're showing it with the blue. You can choose, I kind of have a gray blue. This is what I love about single needle machines, is that you can play with the thread color choices that make it work for you. So I'm kind of using that thread color. That's the placement stitch. Next up is the tack down stitch. So you're going to take your piece of batting, and I just want to make sure that you can see this here. So you can see my placement stitch here. I want to make sure that it covers all the way. So I want to make sure I have a good 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. If it's too close like this, then I'm going to adjust that. You can see that's popping out there a little bit. And I just want to make sure it's not too close to the bottom. And you can washi tape it down if you want to. It just lays nice and flat if you press it out there as well. And I will start and stitch out step number 2. All right, so this is tacking down the batting here. It's going to tack down the batting of this hat. And the reason why we want some batting on the front side only is just so that it gives the hat a little bit of stability. You can omit this step if you want like a little more floppy of a hat, but I just really love the hat to hold its shape. Excellent. It's tacking down, so it's going down into 2 rounds. And I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors here. I can cut my thread. This machine is getting a little old. I need to fix my thread cutter on it. Excellent. Okay, the next is we're going to place fabric D3. So this is a cut for D3. Right side up. So again, you're going to tack this down, and just so I can show you here, it should be pretty easy to see that I want to make sure it covers it completely. This is a text print, so just if you didn't cut it straight on the grain, you might just want to be like aware of how you're putting your text on your hat. Just it's multi-directional, but it still has some direction into it, and it's going to hold really nice to that batting. So we're going to press start, and we're going to get it to cut, hopefully, and then we're going to get it to stitch out that tack down of this fabric D3 on here. If you've ever stitched before on batting, I love it. Cotton and batting are so fun to stitch on because It really gives you that extra texture and dimension. You just want to make sure it stays nice and flat. And yes, I purposefully painted my nails to match this fabric. All right. So the next up is I already have this thread color in here, this number 11. So this is going to be all the detail stitch. So I'm going to get it started and let it run, and then I'll cut back to the video in a minute. But this is going to be the brim of the hat to make it look like a brim of hat, as well as to give it that depth and texture. You're going to really enjoy watching it stitch out over this cotton and batting, and it's going to be so much fun. You can choose whichever accent color you feel looks the best for your hat brim for your Michael doll. So it just finished stitching. Look how wonderful and adorable this is. I have a little thread there. I'm going to just cut that. Good. Excellent. And like, look at the depth on that. And I just love how it kind of really gives it that 3D effect when you stitch right on the batting over. Okay, the next part is super fun, everyone. So next step is step number 5. And number 5 is just a placement stitch, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen there. So let's just stitch that out. It's going to be 2 lines on either side. They're very small here. They're shown in red, but you can just keep them in your thread color here. And I'll show you exactly what's going to happen with them. Next, good. I was getting too excited. That happens. Okay, so it had a little stitch right here and a little stitch here. This is, we're calling it the placement lines, and I'm going to show you what happens. Next, you're taking your D2 piece, and you are going, so this is the back of your hat. The back goes next, and with the folded edges aligned with the right side of the placement stitch. So we're going to fold that in half. You can take it to your iron and press. This is what they're saying, prepared. I just have this here so I can do it right with you in real time. And it's right sides out. This is the fun part of this hat. Now you can see those 2 lines there. You're going to line that up with the bottom of here. Now you're going to notice when you do line them up that it doesn't come all the way here, and that is on purpose because we're going to put the lining of the hat on top, and you don't want to catch this. If this comes over your brim, then you are going to have your backing caught and it's not going to work. So we're going to put it back in line here, and again, you can washi tape this if you like, or just you can hold it. I'm just going to really press it down, and it's going to stay. It's lined up on both sides, and there's enough little space there that it's not going to get caught when it comes around, and just trust the process. So here we go. I'm just going to keep my hands in here because I've done lots of stitching and I just don't want it to move. It is doing that tack down stitch here. Perfect. So that one is done, number 6. And then you're going to come back here. If you're worried that this is going to get caught, you can always washi tape this part up. That's what it's explaining there, or you can pin it. I'm very confident how I put it that it's there, but I'm taking a risk. So you might want to just take a little pin. Where are my pins? Here they are. And just lift that up just so that you don't do all of this work and then you end up catching it. It really shouldn't, but just in case it shifted it all for you. Then you're going to take this last piece and place it, this is my lining piece, and place it right sides down. So I'm going to take it and place it right side down here. I think I cut it a little too big, but that's better too big than too small. And it's just an accent lining piece that we're using here. And it's going to be the front of the hat. Okay, let me go to the next step. So we are going to step 7, which is the last step. And you're going to notice that it left an opening right here on it. So it's going to do a triple stitch, which is our tack down stitch. And I'm going to get ready to show you the magic. This is where all the fun happens on this hat. So we're just going to take our moment here and let it stitch all the way around. And then we're going to follow those directions. In the meantime, I just want to show you, take a look at all those gorgeous photos that you have to get excited about with upcoming dolls. Isn't that going to be so fun? This little hat on. And it really does make the hat look like it is 3D. So that is a really fun part of the design elements. Okay, we are almost there. And that is our done signal. Make sure that nothing was caught in there before I take it out of the hoop. I'm going to take it out of the hoop and gently tear away the stabilizer. So a couple of tips and tricks is I always like to place it flat on the table. And then using my hand, I just like to hold the stitches in place while I tear this around. If this becomes too much to handle, just tear it off and then, you know, continue on. You don't have to keep it all in one piece. Good. I have, this machine has a lot of threads here, so I'm just going to cut some of those off here. Now, it's up to you if you keep that in there. I don't like to keep the tearaway in there, especially because we have batting. So I just usually put my hemostats in here and it pulls out so easy. It just kind of, you just don't have to ruin your fingernails or anything else. You just stick it in. I feel like this is like, if you don't have a pair, I highly suggest you get a pair. This is a pair I designed with Riley Blake. They have a beautiful supported handle on them. They're the right length for all the doll sizes. And they're from years and years and years of experience here. Okay, once you have that, I'm going to turn it back on this side. Actually, I'll keep it this way so you can see. No, I have to do this way because here's my opening. And I just want to keep like a little turning neck on it. So I want to do about 1 inch from there. And then I'm going to cut at 1/4 inch. So I'll show you what that looks like after. You don't have to do that turning neck. I just love to make a turning neck on them because I just find it's easier, then you never run out of fabric, and just a little bit of extra in there is absolutely fine. It's all going to be done inside. And when you come to the edge, I just cut up. So that's what I mean by a little turning neck. And you can take your smaller pair of scissors and just around all of the perimeter, just cut in. Don't cut your stitches though. Just trim along there just so that it's nice and easy to turn. All right, so you're going to notice a couple of things in here. You've got all these fabrics, which goes where, what happens, what. So put your one into the first one. This is the last piece that I did, and we're going to turn it inside out. Okay, I'm going to grab it in there again and turn it inside out. Like this. And then I'm going to take my hemostats inside and closed. I just like to push this out on the seams. So I like to push out on the seams so that everything is pushed out as far as it can go. And it should look like this. Which you're like, what is going on here? Don't worry. So here's your turning neck that you just left. This is the back of the hat. This is turned, and this is what it looks like on this side. So see how easy this is going to be here to pop that inside. And you can simply hand stitch this together here. And once you do, Dun, 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 dun. You can flip it over. And again, use your hemostats to press everything out. I actually like to use them on the table as well, just to really give it some good support in here. Push that out and come around, and oh my goodness, look how cute. Okay, Michael, let's get your hat on. How adorable is this? Oh, it just finishes the outfit off completely. Now, if you want to, you can always hand tack it to your doll on the back or the front or both, but it also just fits perfectly. So this is the 6x10 Michael doll, and here is your hat tutorial.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to do this whole series of dolls together with you. If you have any questions, please do post them in the #ask under Modern Ragdoll in our community on our website. Previously, we've had a Facebook group. We are going to be archiving that Facebook group and just using this community on our platform. So excited about that. And if you want to hop on the live, or if you can't make it, ask it your question in the ask. Now, if somebody in the community knows the answer, please help and support each other out. That means so much to us, and actually to build community within the community. There's such a wealth of knowledge of all the levels of doll makers and storytellers, parents, grandparents, early years educators. So please share your knowledge with everyone. And as a thank you for doing that, we also want to reward our community. So every month we will be just choosing one person that had beautiful engagement. It could be in the form of congratulating somebody else, lifting them up, helping them, sharing and inspiring a story, maybe something they overcame, maybe it's a gift that they gave, anything related to our dolls of the month present or past. We'd love to have you share in there, and we will choose one of our doll makers to win the prize each month. And yeah, we're so excited about that. So without further ado, let's get a spoonful of sugar started, and let's start making Michael. I want to see him all over inside. And if you want the doll of the month as a subscription for the fabric only kit, you absolutely can get that. Even if you are currently a member, you can get that on its own. Head over to the website. We'll try and put a link down below here as well. And you can always upgrade. You get a discount on there if you are a member, so that you would just get this subscription only. You don't have to get the subscription and the membership. There is options, so people can get the digital membership only, which you probably have if you're here. You can get the digital membership and the subscription of the physical fabrics that you need for the doll. Or you can get the fabric only if you already have your membership and you would just like to get the fabric only. So those are the three options, and they're priced accordingly for all of those things. So excited that you are here. I cannot wait to see what you create as doll makers inside the Modern Ragdoll membership. So proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, and I will see you at our live this month. Okay, bye for now.